Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Beyond Belief Manifestation Success Stories. Our guest on today's podcast is Philip Robinson. Philip Robinson is a high achiever who graduated college early while balancing two jobs and competing as a Division I athlete. He began working in professional television at 14, gaining extensive experience and a deep appreciation for productivity. By 24, he became a producer for ESPN Plus and a camera operator for the ACC network. His TV career fueled a passion for storytelling, leading him to give TEDx talks, write 2 books, release EPs, host a globally ranked podcast. Recognizing that his success was intentional, he created a teachable execution framework and became a certified life coach to help others reach their goals. Beyond his main career, he day trades, teaches college courses, mentors freelancers, hosts networking events, and enjoys roller skating. Hi, Philip. How are you?
I am doing well. It's a great Saturday so far. How about yourself?
Good, thanks. Can you please tell us your manifestation success story and how your faith in God played a role?
Yeah, so my manifestation success story, I would say, really started back when I was in college. And so I always wanted to be able to attend and compete at the indoor track championships for the conference. And I ended up fracturing my leg during that process, maybe about a couple months prior in a championship race for cross country. I wanted still to figure out how am I able to get back to the team? How am I able to still get back to ultimately the university with my talents? And so I ended up just figuring out that I still have talents beyond running. And that was through my media production. So I ended up being kind of like what you're doing now. I was a sports reporter. So I was doing a lot of interviews with the athletes and using my videography skills to put together highlight reels. And I did that, and I was able to continuously travel with the team and eventually make it to the indoor championship when the team went. And so that was like the very start of my manifestation story, because I realized that I'm able to put an idea or a thought out in the universe and still be able to accomplish it in a way that maybe I didn't already initially think. All right, my plan A. Sometimes you have to go to a plan B, but the goal is always going to be there. And so that was the start of everything. And from there, I understood that I have talents and that I just have to continuously trust that God is going to put me down the path to get to where the goal is, but ultimately where he needs me to go. Because, sometimes we have an idea of what we want to accomplish, but it's always going to be where he pushes us. So I'm just continuously letting go, but also making sure that I'm putting out in the world what I want to accomplish and also working towards it day in, day out.
How did prayer or scripture influence your manifestation process?
I had to start getting a lot of, I had to dive into gratitude a lot. I had to truly start giving thanks of everything that I already have in my life, and stop always looking for more. Yes, as humans, we're always trying to accomplish something a little bit more than what we have, get to the next level. But once I started really understanding what I already have in my life at the moment and just giving gratitude to all of that, it helped me so much. And one scripture that typically comes to my mind whenever I'm trying to figure out my manifestation process or how I've been able to lean into prayer over time is Romans 8:28. And so just being able to always remind myself that everything that I'm doing is going to be for God's purpose, right? And not mine. So even though I was saying in my previous answer, I have goals and things that I want to achieve, but it's always the purpose of God that I'm always stepping into, because there have been so many times that I was doing something in life, like a job, where I had projects I was working on, and at the time it really didn't make sense. But in hindsight now, I'm like, okay, all of these puzzle pieces are starting to connect, and I could have never seen the way this entire piece of art, I would say, because that's what life is art. I would never seen this artwork as it was in the beginning when I was first painting my own canvas. But of course, God, as my creator, he has been able to see what this canvas, what this piece of art is going to look like when it's finished. So that's how I've always started to, or how I've always approached it. And that's the verse that often comes back to my mind when I think about all of this in manifestation.
Were there any unexpected challenges or setbacks along your manifestation journey? And how did you lean on God to overcome it?
Oh yeah, there have always been setbacks. If a person is out here in life going through all the range of emotions and they're not having setbacks, come talk to me, please. I want to know what you got going on. I'm curious. Let me take some notes from you. But yeah, no, there have been so many setbacks along the way. The first one, as I was telling you, how I ended up fracturing my leg. And then there have just been others along the way, from me believing I was in the right situation in terms of my career and just running myself to the ground, working, I think it was like 16-hour days at one point, 16 to 20-hour days. And a setback for me, which was like quitting all the jobs that I had at the moment and having to figure out how I'm going to make money to pay rent. And I was going on Craigslist to figure out, what random gigs I was going to take for the day, selling my Xbox, like random stuff I had around the house. So there have always been setbacks. The way that I've always been able to lean in prayer is kind of how I was telling you before. It's just always giving gratitude for what I currently have, because at the end of the day, I wasn't homeless. At the end of the day, I was able to eat. It may not have been much. However, I had food that I was able to eat. At the end of the day, there was a roof over my head. I had people that loved and cared for me. And so being able to, pray on all of that, to give thanks to God for, being in the situation that I was in, because I understood that all of that he was putting me through was a lesson that I was going to be able to pull back from later on, whether it was a year from then, 2 years from then, 3, and be able to use those lessons to teach other people so they can be able to skip that stage of their life.
What is your website and social media handles so people can connect with you?
Of course. So website is going to be www.phenomspeaks.com, and then my social media handles is going to also be the same thing. So Phenom Speaks, Instagram, YouTube, and also Threads as well. And then if you would like to connect with me on LinkedIn, it's going to be Philip Phenom Robinson.
Thank you, Philip, for your wonderful manifestation success story.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
That concludes another incredible episode of Beyond Belief Manifestation Success Stories. We hope you enjoyed these empowering tales of transformation and learned valuable insights that will guide you on your own manifestation journey. If you have a manifestation success story you'd like to share, or if you have any questions about today's episode, connect with us on social media. We love hearing from our amazing listeners. Remember, your thoughts have the power to shape your reality. Keep believing, keep manifesting, and never underestimate the incredible potential within you.